Someone yawns, and suddenly your own mouth betrays you. A human yawn lasts about 6 seconds. But in those 6 seconds, your brain can copy another body without asking you. The answer is not boredom. It is not a lack of oxygen. And it is not just manners gone weird. It is something older, quieter, and more social than you think. You can catch a yawn from a face across the room. You can catch one from a video. You can even catch one by reading the word yawn too many times. Sorry about that. But remember three things. 6 seconds, kids under 4, and your dog. They all come back later. The obvious answer sounds so clean. You yawn because your body needs more oxygen. Then someone else yawns and your body remembers to breathe deeper. It feels right. Your mouth opens like a cave, your chest expands, your eyes water. It looks like emergency air intake. Here's the problem with that. Scientists tested it. Changing oxygen and carbon dioxide levels does not reliably stop yawning. Breathing pure oxygen does not magically erase the urge. So the old oxygen story is probably wrong. At least, it is not the main reason. Which is annoying because it was the comforting answer. So what is a yawn actually doing? First, think of it less like breathing. Think of it like your brain stretching. You usually yawn during transitions, before sleep, after waking, when bored, when stressed, before a performance, even before some animals attack. That is the first weird layer. Yawning is not just sleepiness. It often appears when your brain is changing gears, like a laptop fan kicking on. Not because the laptop is lazy, because something inside is shifting state. One leading idea says yawning helps regulate brain temperature. This is still debated. But the clue is strange. A big yawn pulls air through your mouth and nose. It stretches your jaw. It increases blood flow around your skull. Together, that may help cool the brain slightly. Not like opening a freezer, more like cracking a car window. Just enough to keep the driver alert. And alertness matters, because yawns show up when attention is slipping. Your body may be nudging your brain awake, a tiny biological reboot. But wait, that explains your yawn. It does not explain why someone else can trigger it. A reboot should not be contagious, unless the contagious part is not about air, unless it is about timing. Now we hit the second layer. You are built to copy bodies. You do it constantly. You just do not notice. Someone whispers and you lower your voice. Someone smiles and your face twitches. Someone crosses their arms and suddenly you feel your own arms. Your brain is a prediction machine. It watches bodies to guess what they will do next. To survive, you need to read posture, eyes, breath, danger. A moving face is not just a face. It is a weather report. Something is changing in that nervous system. Your nervous system leans closer. This is where mirror systems enter the story. Some brain cells fire when you act. Some also fire when you see another body act. Scientists still argue about how much these systems explain, but the basic copying effect is real. Your brain simulates other bodies. It runs a tiny version of them inside you, like opening a file in preview mode. Most simulations stay invisible. You see someone grab a cup, your hand does not grab air. The copy is blocked. But yawning is different. For some reason, the preview leaks into the body. The simulation becomes an action. Your mouth opens, your eyes squeeze. You are now the copy. Here's where kids under 4 matter. Very young children yawn normally, but they are much less likely to catch yawns from others. Contagious yawning usually strengthens after early childhood. That is a huge clue, because around that age, you get better at reading minds. Not magic mind reading, the ordinary kind. You understand that another person has their own thoughts. So maybe contagious yawning is tied to social awareness. Not kindness exactly, not being a good person. More like your brain tracking another brain. Studies have found contagious yawning can be stronger between familiar individuals. You may catch it more from family than strangers. Some studies link it to empathy. Others find the link weaker. That is important, because the internet loves the simple version. If you do not catch yawns, you are a psychopath. No, that is not how brains work. Many things affect yawning. Age matters, attention matters, sleepiness matters, the setting matters. Even whether you notice the yawn matters. But the pattern is still creepy. Contagious yawning seems to depend on a social brain mature enough to model other bodies. That is why the under 4 clue matters. The yawn is not just in the mouth. It is in the map of other minds. Now the dog comes back. Dogs can catch yawns from humans. At least, several studies suggest they can. Some even found dogs respond more to familiar human yawns. Think about how strange that is. A dog does not know your calendar. It does not know your job, but it has spent thousands of years reading your face. Your yawn becomes a signal, not a word, not a command, a body broadcast. And dogs are not alone. Contagious yawning has been reported in chimpanzees, bonobos, wolves, and other social animals. The details vary by species, but the theme repeats. Social animals sink. Why would sinking matter? Imagine a group of early humans near a fire. One body starts shifting toward rest. Another follows. Soon the group is on the same rhythm. Or imagine a troop of primates before danger. One nervous system changes state. Others copy the signal. The group becomes alert together. A contagious yawn may be a social metronome. It helps bodies line up, sleep together, wake together, prepare together. This is the full answer. You yawn when someone else yawns because your brain is not sealed inside your skull. It is constantly modeling nearby bodies. A yawn is an ancient state change signal. When you see it, your brain simulates it. Sometimes that simulation escapes. Your body copies the yawn to sync your internal state with another living thing. It may involve arousal, it may involve cooling, it may involve attention. But contagious yawning is mainly social. It is your nervous system catching another nervous system. And remember the 6 seconds? That is the disturbing part. In less time than it takes to skip an ad, another body can change your breathing, your face, your throat, and your level of alertness. No argument, no permission, just a mouth opening across the room. But here's the part nobody talks about. Yawning is only the cute version. Your body catches other things too. You catch panic in a crowd. You catch laughter before you understand the joke. You catch someone checking their phone, then reach for yours. You catch tension in a quiet room. Your nervous system is porous. It has doors you did not install. That can be beautiful. It is why a baby calms against a calm chest. It is why one laugh can save a terrible dinner. It is why grief spreads through a room without explanation. But it also means your feelings are not always yours. Some are borrowed. Some are copied. Some are second-hand weather. This is why contagious yawning feels silly, but points somewhere dark. You do not live as one isolated mind. You live inside a crowd of invisible signals. Faces tune you. Voices tune you. Breathing tunes you. Even loneliness has a shape here. If brains are built to sync, isolation is not just being alone. It is losing the rhythm your body expects. Maybe that is why a yawn from someone you love feels different. Not because it means more, because your brain has practiced them. Their face is a familiar remote control. And yes, you might yawn before this ends. Not because I made you tired, because your brain built a tiny mouth inside your mind. Then your body followed it. So the next time someone yawns near you, do not just blame sleep. For 6 seconds, your body is admitting the truth. You are not as separate as you feel. And that connects to something even stranger. Why does staring at someone make them turn around? If this scratched the right part of your brain, subscribe to Mind Itch. A new question every single day.